It's over. The career of John Cena is over. The WWE childhood and all the memories we have as we know it, over. Just like that. Saturday night's main event, December 13th, 2025. Where to from here? A lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts. So much so that I'm back sitting at a microphone discussing it all. Last time I sat down in front of this thing was almost 2 years ago. How time flies. When I last sat down and spoke to a microphone, Paul Levesque was being hailed as wrestling Jesus himself, having saved the WWE, having ended a dark age of Vince McMahon and brought us into a renaissance of creativity led by innovation and doing the right thing creatively and doing what was best for the fans. And now I sit here as 2026 is mere weeks away, and the words used to describe Triple H, not by me, but by the wrestling community, are war criminal, the show's soulless, TKO Triple H has ruined wrestling. I'm seeing people saying, bring back Vince McMahon. I'm seeing it all. And yeah, I feel I'd jump back on to give my thoughts on it all. I just wanted to say, first off, before we get into anything, thank you to John Cena. I know, by and large, for all of us, especially watching and listening to this channel, Cena was our childhood in many ways. Me personally, unlike many of you, I started watching when I was 8 years old. The WWE Experience, September 2011, CM Punk, John Cena, Alberto Del Rio, the build-up to Hell in a Cell. You had Awesome Truth involved. That was that whole angle back in September and October 2011. That's how I got into wrestling. I was 8 years old then. I sit here now as a 22-year-old grown adult, and now Cena's career is done as an in-ring performer, which it's pretty unbelievable. It's hard to wrap your head around. It's hard to comprehend. Tonight was the end. And I know a lot of people were saying coming into this, The Rock should come out and say, no, I'm actually your boss. You need to work to WrestleMania 42. That would have been terrible, first off. Everyone who was saying that's a good idea, that would have been awful. Maybe not as bad as what we got tonight, but it's neither here nor there. The people saying Edge should have jumped Cena before the match. I agree. That should have happened, but Tony Khan won't allow it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Cena is the greatest of all time. I don't think there's much of a dispute now. I know that might sound like I'm getting wound up into the emotions of it all and whatever, but as the body of a career, yes, Cena in the Super Cena years when he was so clearly the best in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, that sort of time period when there was no one else who was near Cena's level until Punk really ascended for like a year or two. Cena was the guy, and it was frustrating because he'd just win every time. Super Cena, boring. I get it. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. But for Cena to do what he did and realistically be the top guy from 2005 to really 2018, effectively 15 years of that ambassadorial face of the company role is remarkable and something we'll never see again. I firmly believe Cena is the greatest of all time in many aspects. I mean, I'm not going to go into everything they went through tonight, but I mean, that video package alone, shout out whoever put that together, the one at the end with I Lived playing, and you had even Vince McMahon in that video package, all the legends, the way that was put together was just phenomenal. But yeah, that's Cena, so shout out Cena. What I want to focus on more so isn't Gunther, it's more on Paul Levesque, because this year for WWE has been a disaster. Let's just call it like it is. WWE in 2025 has been a disaster. 2022 when Paul Levesque took over, the last 6 months that year, quite good. I remember the War Games that year was great. Roman Brock at SummerSlam was great. Roman was still the champion. There was some good stuff going on. 2023, really memorable year. A lot of wrestlers had breakout, standout career years in 2023. 2024 was pretty good as a product. Pretty good. Not too much to complain about. Then they got to 2025, and it's felt like WWE has gone, all right, Cena's retiring. We can sell out pretty much every show across the world, no matter how many seats in a stadium, no matter how many seats in an arena, with Cena's on the show, come watch Cena. Let's phone it in creatively. Has Paul Levesque been using ChatGPT, Grok AI this year? I think so. That's how the shows feel when you watch a Raw or a SmackDown. This year brought with it so much promise. 2025 in WWE brought with it so much promise, but As show after show after show went on, after event after event, PLE after PLE, from the fan base point of view, it's felt like we've lost hope, which is a terrible thing to feel, and something which, if you watched WWE in the 2010s, you felt this all the time. This was the month-to-month feeling, as it felt like the WWE had no competition, they'd phoned it in. At the time, it was Vince McMahon, had just given up. It kind of feels like that now. And Paul Levesque, to end this show with that awful visual of him hugging Cena as he had that GIF AI looking face where he's like laughing as he's hugging Cena. Really not a great visual. And really, in so many ways, that visual encapsulates what the WWE was in 2025. That was WWE. Paul Levesque hugging Cena with a really, really smirky grin on his face. That's what WWE has been. And for some people, they're coming out with outrageous takes. I saw Jay Rance is back tonight talking about how Triple H should be stoned, which is a wild thing to put out as a YouTube title. But we got Jay Rance back. We got all the people from 2020, 2021, 2022 coming back, making content on this. What a night. It was an emotional whirlwind. To me, tonight summed up, Cena's career very well. Put a nice bow on Cena's career. John Cena is now done. As a show, the show was fine. Over Femi and Cody Rhodes. Over Femi is just like an African Brock Lesnar, is what he feels like. His presentation's great. Cody is the champion this year. Hasn't been it. The WrestleMania match versus Cena was a disaster. As a champion, it's been flat. The Drew McIntyre feud's been boring. It's just every week on SmackDown, Drew and Cody again. Who cares? There's just a lot wrong with WWE. And whether I'm talking about this show specifically or WWE as a whole, my point generally for this video is just saying Cena's retirement, to me as a fan, felt like a bow on my viewership. It felt like just me rounding out my time as a WWE fan. So for that, I say, don't expect a JTE comeback with me full-time covering WWE in 2026, because in reality, it might sound down and out, might sound pessimistic. I don't believe there's much to look forward to heading into 2026 for WWE. I don't believe that WWE used 2025 as a down year creatively because they knew they'd sell all the tickets to the shows because of Cena's farewell tour, and they're really going to spark back into gear in 2026. I don't believe it. I don't believe that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes 3 at WrestleMania 42 in Vegas is going to really move the needle. Roman Cody 1, epic. Roman Cody 2, the best WrestleMania main event I've ever seen. That compared to Rock and Austin and all of it, everything. That Roman Cody 2 match was legendary. Roman Cody 3 is happening out of desperation. They've got CM Punk as the champion now. I love Punk. I've always been a Punk guy. I was so happy to see him main event WrestleMania this year. That was like a bucket list, like childhood life achievement to me. And all Punk fans would feel that way when Punk main evented WrestleMania this year and he walked out. That This Fire Burns video package. Punk's coming out. Heyman kisses him. All of it. The match was amazing. Punk's done that. Now Punk is just happy to be there. Punk's the champion. He's happy to be there. Cody's the champion. He's happy to be there. It just feels to me like WWE's cashing checks for TKO. That's all it is now. It's back to what WWE was in the late 2010s, albeit the creative isn't as terrible. You don't have someone pissing on Robert Roode's robe. You don't have Dean Ambrose putting tongs on someone's balls and electrocuting them. Yeah, that's not happening every week, so it isn't awful and cringe that way. But it's just soulless. It's dry. It's uninteresting. And that was my feel coming out of this show. Saturday night's main event, this was the farewell of the greatest of all time. There will never be another John Cena. There'll never be another guy to do it the way Cena did, to have the longevity he did, to be the face of the company the way he did. His schedule, I couldn't even comprehend for well over a decade, to do what he did, live on a tour bus. You basically you sacrifice your whole family and just your life to be that guy in WWE. Bless Cena, he's a legend, the greatest. But as a show, I'm looking at WWE now going, what's there to look forward to into 2026? What is there? Gunther was the one who made Cena give up tonight. Gunther, cool. Where to from here for him? Is Gunther going to be world champion again? Is he? I know Triple H loves Gunther because he sees a 70s heel in the guy. He sees an 80s, old school, hard-nosed, clean cut, wears black trunks, bad guy. beats you up. That's what Triple H sees in Gunther. Cool. Gunther's good. Is Gunther great, amazing, legendary, making me really want to tune into a show? No. He's not that guy that way, and that's fine. Not everyone has to be. You don't just have to say you love Gunther because, he's presented with, he's the ring general, pal. Good for him. I'm not interested in watching him, so that's just me. I won't be watching him in 2026. As of tonight, I've cancelled Netflix. So, yeah, no more WWE for me. I've been keeping tabs on it this year. I can't say I've been watching any of SmackDown, any of Raw, any of really AEW. I just have not been interested. At this stage for my life, and I know many of you guys listening to this are in a similar position, it's just not interesting to me anymore. I don't care. I don't care to watch Jey Uso running around yeeting. I don't need to be watching War Games. Jey Uso runs up to the top of the cage and starts yeeting for a baseball stadium. I'm not interested. I like LA Knight. I think he's cool. I like Bron Breakker. I think he's cool. He's going to have a good 2026. Seth Rollins is just the WWE's Joel Embiid. He keeps getting injured. No matter what spot you put him in, he's good, he's talented, he can be great, he keeps getting hurt, doesn't help things. Punk, love him, he's happy to be there, as I said. And just as a product, as a show, I feel like they've sort of lost me. So yeah, that's the video. To me, WWE 2025 into 2026, Cena's farewell tour, Cena's career, all of it, to me, it's over.